Audra. How's it going? I was good. This time I made the event for next week before I came on. Hey, Rihanna. Or Rihanna. I don't know which pronunciation you go by, but good to see you again. It's hot here. Yeah, I'm enjoying my break. I wish I was able to go outside more. It's been so hot and humid that I just like, I go out to water the garden and then I want to come right back inside. Usually I'm more of an outdoorsy person. It's just been brutal here. And even like when it rains, it doesn't really cool it off. We had rain last night, but it's gross again today. Hey Rachel, how's your vacation? I didn't know if I would see you today. Rachel's exploring all over Ireland, right? We saw some awesome pictures on the Discord. Hey Holly. Good to see everybody. I think I'm live on YouTube too. Looks like it's working. Hopefully there's sound. Oh nice, just relaxing, end of the day. Where did you go today? Were the pictures that you sent, was that I was looking in the Discord a few minutes ago. I don't know if you sent those today or yesterday, but what was that big thing sticking out of the ground? Like it looked like it was metal, like a helmet or something. I was gonna ask on there. Hey Jen. Hey Valentina. The thing you were all leaning against in the picture. I'm curious. Oh, thanks for the likes, Valentina. Hold on, I closed something. There we go. All right. So we're in April of 1903. We are reading both diaries at the same time, both Ralph and George's diaries. Missed you all. Did I miss a group meeting? No, our group meeting this month is happening late, so you didn't miss. I put it in the video. I can't speak. I put it in the video meetings tab in our Patreon group, but I can send it again because I think it got like kind of buried. But it's going to be the 31st. I think that's I don't remember what day of the week it is, but it's the 31st. You're welcome. You're in Sault Ste. Marie. Where's that, Penny? I haven't heard of that. Alright, so I guess I'll get started. Oh, thanks, Rachel. I think it was in Old Bowie. Yeah. Oh, I don't know. That's huge. That's cool. Hey, Jen. Michigan and Canada. Cool. I hadn't heard of that. It sounds really cool. We are maybe going to New Hampshire this summer, but that's about it. Oh, it's pronounced Sault Ste. Or Sault Ste. Is it, French? You're here on time, Heather. Yay! Sault Ste. Cool. Alright, so we're starting with April 7th. We'll read George's first and then go to Ralph's. I have, like I always kind of start off with showing Ralph, or I try to remember to do it. I have a picture of Ralph, but I don't have a picture of Georgia yet. Hopefully someday we'll be able to also show her. But it seems like we run into this a lot where it's hard to find anybody who writes a diary in 1903, but it's also like it's even harder to find women. Nice, Jen. Jen and Jennifer, one after the other. All right, April 7th. Got up at 6:40. Helped with breakfast dishes. Went to office. Helped with dinner and dishes. Went, oh, I got that office, help with dinner, and... Oh, no. I got stuck. Went to office. Pleasant day. A guy walked past me today that looked like Ralph. You should have told him. Maybe it was him. I love that. How funny would that be? You stop someone like, hey, you look like this guy from 1903. This diary from 1903. That's funny. Pleasant day, but windy. You look like the mayor of Waterloo from 1909 to 19 whatever. Helped with the... There we go. So I got messed up somehow here. Helped with the washing after dinner a while. I don't know where I thought it said dinner and dishes. I think I just automatically started writing that because she writes it so much. Dinner and dishes. Helped with the washing after dinner a while. Okay, that should be better now. You guys will let me know if I screwed it up. Took the clothes in at night. Helped with supper and dishes. Mama and I went up to Grandma's. You went camping at Waterloo. Cool. Well, I only know 2 parks in Waterloo. I forget what they are. There was a state park that Georgia went to. And then there's a place called Crapo Park, but I don't think that's like a campground. But if it was, I think the park that she went to was like a man's name. Something like a man's name state park. Mama and I went up to Grandma's a while. After supper, played flinch a while. After we got home. Went to bed at 10:45. You guys will be disappointed. I haven't learned to play flinch yet because Ian went away for work. So he's coming back tonight. Hopefully, maybe we'll play tonight, but we'll see. In Michigan, right? Maybe there's a different one. Oh, Waterloo, Michigan? Oh no, it's Waterloo, Iowa, the one from here. The one that they live in. But I think there's a few different Waterloos, so still cool. Alright. We will pop over to Ralph. Surprisingly firm with his pencil in this entry. A lot of times, thanks for the follow, Emily. A lot of times, Ralph writes very lightly and it's hard to read, so this is a pleasant change. The weather was clear. Got up at 6:30. Chemistry, 7:45 to 10. Chapel. Law of contracts. I guess that must be a class. A new class he's taking after break. 10:30. Chem lab, 11:15 to 12. Studied in my room in PM. In evening, went to lodge and studied for my senior oration till 11. Went to bed. Batty had no work for you. Yeah. Oh, I have a little tag on my shirt. That's gonna bother me. Yeah, he's actually up in the air right now. He's on a plane. He's probably landing soon. It's a very short flight. He didn't send me the flight number. He's supposed to send me the flight number. Who do you work? Yeah. He's at a conference this time. Sometimes he goes to like work at different places, but this time he's at a conference. Oops. He works for the Navy. So he's basically Ralph, yeah. Yeah, he actually went down to DC to fix a railroad. The entries read more like an alibi. I know, it is true. It's like listing what they did specifically when and with who. Sometimes it does. Especially Ralph's entries. His are very, like, to the point. Okay. Oh, I didn't realize I fixed. Hold on, I gotta go to the other thing. Sorry. I always fix this before I go live, and then it goes back. That should be not all cut off. Every time. I do it beforehand, and then I have to fix it. Okay. Got up at 6. Did I already do this one? No, I didn't already do this one, but it's so similar to the other one that I thought I did. Got up at 6:40. Helped wash breakfast dishes. Ironed a while. Went to... Thanks for the follow, Brittany. No, Ian doesn't write a journal. He should, though. Went to office. Went downtown. Helped with dinner and dishes. I haven't been keeping up with mine either. I fall off the wagon and then it's hard to like get myself back into it. But when I'm really into it, it's easy every day, you know? But now I feel like, oh, there's a big space and I try to go back and fill in the days that I didn't fill in, but it's not as fun when you're not like keeping it going. Ralph probably needs alibis with all the bad things that happen to him. Yeah. Yeah, like him throwing the lamp out the window when I think it was actually his brother's room, or maybe it was his friend, I forget. His room almost burned down. Like, maybe Ralph started the fire and he's just trying to cover his tracks. Went to office. Hitched up Hector. And went over... Hector is the horse. And went over to... SJ? And they've said that before. I don't remember what it is. I hate the train abbreviations. I can never remember them. And if I search train, I'm gonna get 1 million hits. Anyone remembering? Or it could be R-I, R-J, R-S. Forgot my laptop while we were away typing up. We're doing it. Oh, you forgot your what? Your journal. I thought you were correcting yourself and said laptop, like filling it in. Well, that's good. I always try to do that when I go on vacations. Hey, Jen. And then I'll do it for like the first couple days and then I don't. But definitely write it all down because you forget what you did each day, you know? And all the little things in between the big things. Like some of the best memories from when I went to Portugal with Ian was like the in-between stuff. Like the process of getting somewhere and something crazy happens or... Haven't seen you on my FYP in forever. Oh, thank you, Ashley. Yeah, sometimes TikTok blasts it out, and sometimes it's just our little group that comes back every week, and it's just, like, literally random. But I'm glad you're here. And there is a way, if you do like the lives and you want to come back next week and be, like, notified, you can register on my TikTok page. But now I'm going live every Thursday at 6 Eastern. So next Thursday at 6, I think next Thursday is the 25th, which is depressing. Summer's like flying by, yeah. So the 25th at 6, I'll be live. All right, April. Wait, did I finish? No, I didn't. Hitched up Hector and went over to RI train, I think. RJ train, not sure. After Ralph. As he came up to stay till Sunday. So Ashley, I don't know when you last saw Sunday night, the live, but right now we're reading through 2 diaries at the same time. I guess let me know if it's been a long time. If you don't know what's going on, I can update you, but I don't know. I don't want to like... It's been about a month. Okay, so we were probably already working on the 2 diaries at the same time. It moves a lot slower through the months because of this, which is kind of good. It was the guy's diary. Okay, so you probably hit just the end of Ralph's diary where he was working on the railroad and stuff. So now we have 2 diaries, both from 1903. I have them right here. They both look like the same, but one is written by Georgia and one is written by Ralph. And the last diary of Ralph's that we read, I don't think they even knew each other. They definitely weren't like in a relationship. But now they're either boyfriend and girlfriend, whatever that looked like in 1903, or they're engaged. I don't know if they're officially engaged yet, but they will be married in December of 1903. So when we finally get to December in these diaries, we actually will see their wedding, which is cool. Very cool. I'm so happy that out of all of the years to have both of their diaries, it's 1903. Yeah, they're courting. All right. He came to stay till Sunday night. Took milk pails up to grandma's. Helped with supper and dishes. Read papers and visited. Went to bed at 10:15. Windy but clear. And they had their first fight, yes. They had an argument. Drama. A little spat, that's all. They got through it. Okay. Ralph, April 8th. Clear. Got up at 6:30. Recited astronomy. 7:45. Chem lab, 8:30 to 10. Chapel and contracts. Well, that's what he's gonna call this class now. Hello, good evening. I'm good. Hope you're doing well too. We're in a heat wave, I was saying before. It's very warm down in this basement. Chapel and contracts till 11:15. Chemistry lab till noon. Studied in PM till 1:52. So specific. Took train for Willow. I feel like we need t-shirts. I'm always coming up with like, I need stickers, t-shirts. We need t-shirts that just say like Willow. I want to know if anyone's from that area. Do they call it Willow? Like is it Willow or W-Lou? Like is that still a nickname that's used? Hey Nikki, I'm doing good. How are you? A little sad I can't save it. I know you can't say save anymore. Every time I see your name, I think of that. You can still tell me to save and I'll pretend. It's good though. It's good that it auto saves because, well, good thing you were there because you'd remind me, but I would forget otherwise. Took train to Wulu. Got shaved at CR. Oh. How late can you be on, Valentina? I can end early. I don't know when Ian's getting home, but I'll probably get off when he gets home. I haven't seen him in like 4 days. Good to see you. I appreciate all your efforts. Oh, the coolest account in this desert. Thank you. That's very nice. Have you saved in a while? Oh, save. Oh, I can hear it. Oh, Claude's laying on the ground. Do you see him? Hold on, let me move. I move one way and it's opposite. I need to go this way. There he is. Hi, Claude. I was petting him before I came on here. Need to get supplies. Oh, well, that's cool. A birding trip. Are you going far? Are you going to be like in the middle of the woods? Got shaved at CR. That's Cedar Rapids. And talked... Wait. Oh, met someone. Met someone, Warner? At CR and talked with him all the way. Who's that? It's a guy's name. I have no idea what this is. W A, not the middle of the woods, but 2 regions north. Oh, so you have a little bit of traveling to do. What birds do you hope to see? Are you looking for any birds in particular, or just going there to, like, see what you see? Let it be a surprise. W-A. not like an M there, right? Because that wouldn't make sense. I don't know. Is that a word? Is that a name? Would you nerd? I think the H is interfering here. So there's nothing that drops down. W-A... E. It looks like I-N-E, doesn't it? Or E, maybe it's E-R. There's one that I'm hoping to get as a lifer. Tawny-throated dotterel. I just love how bird names sound like they're completely fake. That sounds cool. I want to know what that looks like. While we figure out what this... Ooh, I guess there's also a bird called the tawny-throated leaf tosser. He tosses leaves. What was it? Dotterel? Ooh. It looks like, over here, what is the bird I'm thinking of? Like sandpipers? Waminer? It's a kind of plover. Okay, that's fine. It looks similar to like the seabirds that we have over here. Okay, Waminer. Is that a name? I've never heard of it, but I mean, I don't know. Oh, you know what though? Maybe it's a last name. I don't know why I was thinking it's a first name, because he usually does call people by their last name. That sounds more like it could be a last name than a first name. Well, maybe he'll say something else about him. It could, I don't think it's Wagner, because I don't think there's a G that drops down, but good thought. That man Slippy. Yep. Okay. And talked with him all the way to Waterloo, Georgia. Met me at train. Studied 7:15 to 8:15. Talked with Georgia a while. Studied and went to bed. 10:30. I don't miss the days of studying. Luckily in college I was an education major, which was a lot of book work, but like all the assignments and stuff, it was like papers. It wasn't study for this test and remember stuff. Yeah, my favorite color is purple. Oh, wait, did Ian not leave yet? It was later than I thought. Oh, his flight was delayed. Okay. He just sent me his flight number. It's weird. Usually I can put your lives on full screen, but can't today. Who knows if it's the phone or if it's TikTok, because it changes. Like every time I come on here, it's totally different. Like every time I come on to start going live, so I wouldn't be surprised if they changed it so that you can't rotate it. I don't know. Or maybe, I mean, obviously check if it's locked. It's letting you, Rachel, so it must be something with the phone. Maybe close it and open it again. Try tilting. I'm also live on YouTube though, so that will definitely let you go full screen. While I'm talking about YouTube, I'm actually going to pop out that chat so I can see it if someone says anything, but usually everyone's on TikTok, but you can rotate it too. Yeah, so it must be the phone or like the TikTok app. Sometimes you need to update it or something. I don't know. It's so random though that it could literally just be something with the app. I feel like I never know what's going on. Okay. Got up at 6:15. This is Georgia. Hitched up right after breakfast. And took Papa and Barney Marsh out to see the Black Hawk Bridge. I tried to look up the Black Hawk Bridge, and the only one that I found was like a really big bridge like 3 hours away, and I don't think that's where they're going, because... Oh, must be you. It also made me verify before I could watch you. Weird. It makes me verify sometimes, like that I'm still there, but interesting. Maybe close the whole app and come back. Little square comes up, then disappears strangely. Yeah, and it's always, it's probably, even depending on when it last updated, it's probably different for some people than others too. Claude is still just chilling over there. Hi, baby. Oh, are you sleeping? You're fake sleeping. His eyes are closed. He's pretending to sleep. Okay. Yeah, so I wanted to, maybe I'll add this, I'll make a list for today, because I want to look more into the Black Hawk Bridge. But I don't know, maybe it's not something that, like, is still around, or is officially named that, but we also now have Barney Marsh, probably a resident of Waterloo, to look for. Maybe a coworker of her dad's. Gone about an hour. Okay, so if they were gone about an hour, it's definitely not the bridge that came up. Then I came home. Mended and served. Got lost. Mended and served a while. Helped with dinner and dishes. Went to office. Helped with supper and dishes. Ralph and I went for a while, or went for a walk a while in the evening. Went to bed at 10:15. Yeah, well, I'm guessing, because they're in Black Hawk County, so it does say the bridge was completed in... Oh, the big one? Where is that? Because it was like in... It was like on the line of another state. So I don't know. I don't remember what it was. I looked it up last week and I didn't think it was right, so I didn't bother like writing it down. Yeah, so they're in Black Hawk County, so... Or are they? Is Waterloo in Black Hawk County? I think so. Yeah. I don't know how I learned to do all of this. I just kind of started doing it. The hobby started with a diary that was from 1917. I just like old things, and I found it at an estate sale and I wanted to read through it, but the handwriting was kind of difficult, so just to help myself be able to like read through it and go back easily, I started to type out the diary, and that's kind of where this started, I guess. Because I learned how to read the handwriting. Oh, thanks for the follow. I learned how to read the handwriting, but I felt like by the time I understood, or I read through what the page actually said, like word for word, I didn't actually get the gist of what actually was going on, because I was just focused on trying to decipher the words. But if I typed it out, I could go through and like actually read it like a book easily, if that makes sense. Yes, it totally could be an unofficial name. Hi, Maria, by the way. I didn't see you before. Yeah, it could be unofficial, or it could just be that it doesn't exist anymore. I didn't look in newspapers yet. That might be a good place to look if... Actually, I can do it now. Is it going to be logged in? Yep. So if I look up Black Hawk Bridge... I'll put 1903, why not? And then we can adjust it if we need to. Maybe I'll put quotes there. Okay, cool. Oh, maybe it's a railroad bridge. Because the CRI&P is a railroad. So, let's see. This is in November of 1903, so this is after. This is like months later, but... Petition... Did she mention Commercial Street before? Let me do a quick... No, it was a different street. It was like Strawberry Street or something. And I also, like, couldn't find that when I looked just quickly, though. It's probably there. Yeah, it's definitely related to the railroad. The new Black Hawk Bridge for street purposes. There were more. Let me click on a couple more things. Oh, April 3rd. Contractor Marsh. Oh, this is cool. That must be Barney Marsh. That is neat. Contractor Marsh will begin soon on the construction of the footbridge across 4th Street. And it is his intention also to put up the Black Hawk Bridge before doing very much in the superstructure of the 4th Street improvement. There are those who fear that if high water should come again, it would be very late this season before team traffic could again be resumed across 4th Street. Okay, so this must be... Bye, Valentina. Good luck. I hope you see your bird. Let us know. Send pictures. This must be one of the bridges that goes over the river in Waterloo. There's a bunch of them. And it sounds like it doesn't exist yet. Like they're in the process of building it. So Waterloo here. Georgia lives over here. And then she'll say sometimes we went over the river. So down here there's like a bunch of, there's obviously this bridge is for the railroad. And there's like a few other bridges. So maybe they were building another one or something. But that's really cool that they mentioned Contractor Marsh. And if we had found that last week, if we just looked up Black Hawk Bridge and saw that, I wouldn't have known who Marsh was. So I'm gonna save this. Hold on, let me plop it in. I have like a little, kind of like a scrapbook that I keep. And this is on my website if anybody wants to see it too. And for now, I'll just put it in here and link it. That's a cool little tidbit. I wonder if we could find Marsh now. Barney Marsh. Oh yeah, there's a bunch on the Black Hawk Bridge. Travelers complain of the planking on the Black Hawk Bridge, saying that there are holes in the flooring big enough to admit the legs of the teams driven over it, so big enough for horses to fall through. Oh boy. It is especially dangerous in dark night or to people unacquainted with the conditions. Oh, this must be due to some kind of like weather. Because then over here it says like the streets are impassable right now with mud. Men with shovels could do an act that would be praised by men. Heavy rain. Okay, well that's in August of 1903, so apparently the work they were doing on the bridge wasn't appreciated. What's this one say? The new Black Hawk Bridge. Yeah, so it's either they're remaking, like they're rebuilding a bridge, or it's brand new. Okay, I want to look up Barney Marsh. Oh, he needs more money for the bridge. I want to find a picture of him. Handsome new bridge. That's cool. So Ralph, George's dad, they're both working on this bridge. All right, well, I'll leave it here. We know who Barney Marsh is now, but I'll look up more about him later, I guess. I mean, could just search find a grave quick, but I don't know when he died. Oh, he's not, like, from Waterloo, though, right? I think he's... Yeah, I'll just look it up later. Or I'll put Iowa. Not Marshall. Okay, whatever. We'll find him later. You could find Waterloo County Council minutes or City Council minutes. Yeah, maybe. I don't know back then if they kept them, or I'm sure they kept them, but if they're accessible online is Another question. Sometimes there's stuff in the newspapers, though. Got up at 6. Had toothache. Oh, that sucks. All day. Ran located line for RJ from 166 to 342. Don't think that's times. I think that's the numbers. He talks about like the numbers of the stakes or something. Or the, I don't know. That's just railroad talk. Took dinner with, I took dinner with us. And had a team. Got back on 7 o'clock car. Went for a walk. Georgia after supper. And talked with her a while. He wrote played 5 games and crossed it off. Oh, see, here. Played 5 games of flinch with Georgia. I bet that's from the next day. And he was going back and writing and he wrote it on the wrong day. I bet it'll show up again. Talked with her a while and went to bed 10. Well, he didn't put a period there. And went to bed 10. Okay. Let's see. No. Why did he erase it? That's weird. Sometimes if there's a phrase that's written and then crossed out or erased, it'll be like, oh, I got distracted by a comment. What was I saying? Sometimes if it's erased, you'll see the exact phrase in the next day because they meant to write it there and they wrote it on the wrong day. And I haven't played Flinch yet because Ian's been traveling for work, but he's back today. Maybe it was just, yeah, maybe it was just 4 games. Okay, I gotta say what day. April, written April 10th. It's my mom's diary birthday. Woohoo. Got up at 6:40. Hitched up after breakfast. Need one of those stream decks so I can just hit the button and make it all fancy. I have to always look for everything. Hitched up after breakfast and took R and Albert to train to go to LP, which is LaPorte City, as Auntie was going to meet them there. I don't know if that was on purpose that she wrote that, but I'll write it. Served baked cake, 2 cakes, and cream puffs. Oh, that sounds delicious. Talked to Ralph. He went home at 5 and back at midnight. So when she says he went home, he probably went to Rhinebeck, which is the town that he grew up in. And then I guess he came back. Helped with supper and dishes. And read, or I guess that's a period, read papers. Rainy day. Went to bed at 9 as I was so tired and sleepy. Okay. Now let's see how Ralph... His handwriting looks different in this entry. April 10th. Rainy. Got up at 7. Did I miss a line? Oh, maybe. I'll go back. I usually... It happens a lot, so... Got up at 6:40, hitched up after breakfast, and took R, that's Ralph, and Albert to train to go to LP as Auntie was going to meet them there. Served. Yep, that's where I missed one. Served got dinner and washed dishes. Baked cake 2 and cream puffs. Talked to Ralph. He went home at 5 and back at midnight. Thank you. Yep. I do miss lines a lot. Sometimes it's because I get distracted by a comment and then I look back and I skip it. Other times, I don't know what happens. My mind just goes right over it. Alright, got up at 6:30. No, this is the 11th. Hold on. Got up at 6:40. Wait. Nope, wrong day. Ah, wrong person. Here. Okay. Now we're on the right place. Got up at 7. Went to office and worked till noon. Fairview Cemetery Association, 2 hours. G. B. Miller, 2 hours. PM. G.B. Miller, 1 hour. I don't know what that means. Studied till home? Or no, studied at, no, studied till, yeah. Looks like it says house. They must write the next day if she knew he came back at midnight. Yeah, that's true. Ah, good point. Good point, Cindy. Yeah, she must be going back and either adding things or writing the day after. Because it's true, if she went to bed at 9, how did she know he left at midnight till the next day? Unless he was planning to just, is that what she said? Was leaving at midnight? Yeah, but she would have been sleeping, so. Still studied till home. Doesn't really make sense, but that's what it looks like. 2 to 4. No, you know what? It could say at, right? I don't know. I can't decide. It kind of looks like till, but now I see at, and maybe he wrote something else before. And he's well known for not fully erasing when he changes something. I think it says studied at home. Yeah. Hi, Sarah. I see you in here a lot. Studied at home 2 to 4. That makes more sense. Went to see Dr. Colton. Or Dr. Cotton. Colton. What do you guys think? Here. Hard to tell because he could cross both T's with one line, but I think it's Colton. About tooth and decided to have it crowned. Yeah. Took C and GW railway train to Rhinebeck. I'm just realizing, like, oh, can you imagine, like, a toothache is like the worst thing, and to have it without any medication. Like, they didn't have any, like, I mean, I guess they had stuff that they could take, but just way less effective and reliable than nowadays. I guess they did crowns back then. I don't know. That's what it says, right? I mean, I think. It doesn't say removed. That's what I thought he was going to say, but it looks like crowned. I don't catch you as much anymore, but I've been around since the original Weatherman. Yeah, I remember your username and the little picture next to your name. I recognize you. I'm live on Thursdays now. Well, oh, so you haven't been around as much anymore, so maybe you don't know. These are 2 diaries written by Ralph and Georgia. They're gonna get married, so it's cool to see both of their perspectives. It's like the same day of the same year from each of them. So that's why it's a little bit complicated, the setup. Took C and GW train to Rhinebeck. Mama was sick. Talked till... Okay, cool. Talked till 7:30, and Papa and Grandpa and I signed my bond as department, or I don't know, DEPCO survey. Went to lodge. Second? This is getting a little confusing. And was JD... What does this say? Mama was sick. End of sentence. Talked till 7:30. And Papa and I... No, and Papa and Grandpa and I signed my bond. End of sentence? I don't know. Or signed my bond as something co-survey, went to lodge. Okay, I think that's the end of a sentence. Went to lodge. Second, and was JD. Don't know what that means. Got home 11:10. Took C and GW at 11:30. And went to bed at 12:30. It does feel like an alibi sometimes, especially when you put both of them next to each other. It's almost like Georgia says this, and then Ralph's entry will corroborate if that's actually what happened or not. And when they got in their fight, they had two different stories for sure. Got up at 6:30. This is Georgia again. Hitched up. Watching you do this has gotten you into transcribing on Zooniverse. Is that something someone told me about before? What is Zooniverse? It sounds familiar. The grandfather of Charles Lindbergh invented the porcelain crown in 1903. Oh, it was invented in 1903, so that's cool. Oh, the fight was about, so in these couple entries, Ralph is coming home from school, from college, and he goes to Waterloo. So there was a weekend where he came to Waterloo, and sometimes he'll do railroad work while he's home for the weekend, working on the weekend. And Georgia is always like carting people around. Like she's always driving people with Hector the horse around the city. So Ralph came to Waterloo for the weekend, then had to go do some work on a railroad. So Georgia took him there. And then according to Ralph, Georgia was supposed to meet him at this bridge at this certain time, and she wasn't there. But in her entry, she talks about how she went there and couldn't find him. So they missed each other. There was a miscommunication. But then the next day when Georgia came to pick them up, because Ralph had to end up staying overnight in that town, when Georgia came to pick them up, he was like mad at her, and they got in a fight or an argument. And Ralph said that, you know, when they were driving home, they were arguing, and some other things came up too, like from before, that they had felt bad about. But then they got through it. Someone told you about it in a stream. It's a volunteer-based project with transcribing. Yeah, I'm gonna write it down now, because I never would have remembered what it was, but when you wrote it, it rang a bell. That's cool. Sometimes I'll do that on Find a Grave. They have graves that need to be transcribed, but usually it's like different languages. It's hard to, I don't think they're, I don't know, like, what it would be, but they're matching of people to, like they give me languages that I don't know how to read, and they probably give other people languages they don't know how to read. So whatever is doing that, their algorithm is not working. Yeah, they both mentioned the fight from their different perspectives. Georgia kind of brushed it off and didn't. She mentioned like how she couldn't find him and went home, and Ralph was the one who was like upset about it more, because he's the one who had to stay overnight. But all right, hitched up and took R and Andy to work over at Westfield. Went to office when I got back. Went downtown twice. Hitched up. And went after the boys. Oh, speaking of, went after the boys, but missed them. That's what happened the first time, too. Came back and went again. And then found... Hold on. Then found... R. Was home in afternoon. So she had to go twice to try to find them. No cell phones. Went to PO, which is the post office. Sewed. I don't know if that says served or sewed, and I feel like actually when I said served before, it was probably sewed. No. Sewed and fussed around some. Read papers. Helped with dinner. Dishes. It's hard to tell because she's always like serving dinner. So got supper and dishes. Oh, helped with dinner, dishes. I think she's saying helped also get supper and dishes. Went up to grandma's after supper. Then downtown. Caught in rain. Played flinch a while. Went to bed at 10:45. Cloudy day, heavy rain at night. We had a thunderstorm last night too. Okay, now Ralph's April 11th. Clear. Got up at 6. Went out to Westfield and work survey. (7:30 to 11:30). Andy helped. G.B. Miller and J.B. Vaughn. Georgia something drove out after me. Georgia drove out after me and did not come up far enough. So this is the second time he's blaming her for her not being able to find him. Does Ralph have a horse and buggy too? It doesn't seem like it. It seems like Georgia's the one in the family who has one. Because she's also always bringing her dad around. It seems like Ralph takes the railroad whenever he can, but these places I think you can't take a railroad to because they're working on, like, expanding the lines. Or at least that's what I think they're doing. Most of his work in the 1902 diary, or 1901 we read. Most of what he was doing in that diary was, like, actually creating new lines. Georgia drove out after me and did not come up far enough. We got in at 12:45. Took car to Fairview Cemetery. Wonder why he's going to the cemetery. With Andy and worked there. He's doing something. 1:30 to 6:30. Went to see... Oh, it is Dr. Cotton. Dr. Cotton at noon. Because he clearly, it looks like, crosses both T's there. I'm curious to see, because I'm pretty sure Georgia is buried in Fairview Cemetery. Is Ralph too? Westview Cemetery. Sounds similar. Now what about Georgia? Is she... Yeah, Westview. Okay, not Fairview. Fairview Cemetery, I think, is in... You know what? Maybe I'm getting it confused. Maybe Fairview Cemetery is the Weatherman Diaries. I think it might be. I don't know. Anyways, Fairview, Westview. I got confused. But now we know it's actually Dr. Cotton. And a dentist. Probably. Or maybe he's just a jack of all trades and he does everything. Went to Mr. Berry's after supper. And then went downtown. And got caught in the rain. Played... Oh, here we go. Played 5 games of flinch. With Georgia. And beat 3. Took bath. Something. And went to bed at 11:30. Went to bed at 11:30. Mr. Berry's is Georgia's grandfather. Okay, April 12th. Okay. Got up at 8:30. Winning at Flinch was payback for not being picked up, yeah. He beat her 3 out of 5 times. Got up at 8:30. Helped with... Who did the laundry? Do they have hot running? I don't think they have hot running water. And I am assuming she doesn't do all the laundry because she doesn't talk about it that often. I think her mother must do a lot. I'm assuming they like worked together to run the... It's not like a bed and breakfast, but they rented out part of their house. So I think when they're doing all these dishes, it can't just be for her own family because there's only her and her father and mother. So doing dishes, the way she talks about it is like she spends a lot of the day doing dishes from breakfast and lunch and dinner. So I think she's doing the dishes of the people who are boarding at the house. And so maybe her mom is doing all the laundry and like keeping the house up. There was one time that her mother went away for some reason for an extended time, and she said or the parents, both of them did, and Georgia said like, I have to keep up the housework now because they were not there. Helped with dinner and dishes. Nope, hold on, I skipped a line. Helped with dishes and other work. Helped with dinner and dishes. R and I went to Christ Church. Ralph is at school, but he comes back for the weekends. He comes to visit. So what day is it? Sunday. So right now he's still visiting, but he'll go back for the week. R and I went to Christ Church to attend Mason meeting at 3 in afternoon. Helped with supper and dishes. Went up to Grandma's a while. Then visited till 10 and then went to bed. Cloudy all day. It's funny that she abbreviates it even though she has plenty of room. R went back to school again at 1:26 in the night. And I bet he slept at the train station because he always does that on the way back. Sounds so uncomfortable. He sleeps on the train and then he sleeps in the train station in a chair. One time he got a rocking chair. I was gonna write something down. What was I gonna write down? Oh, I wanted to look up first. I'll write down Christ Church. I don't know if that's in Waterloo or what, but then there was a Mason meeting there, so maybe that will help. Okay. Ouch, I just hurt my foot. April 12th. So this is Ralph's version of that day. Rain. Got up at 8:30. After breakfast, went to Berries and tended horse and milked cow. They've been going there to do the work. Oh, a Mason meeting is probably referring to the Freemasons, which is like a, I don't know how to describe it. It's a large group. It's not like actually religious, I don't think, or it's not tied to one specific religion, but it was a big thing and still is in the US. I don't know. I'm not a part of it, so I don't really know, but I know it's like a, it's like very widespread. So like when they talk about the lodge, that's usually a Masonic lodge. I don't know if that would find what I'm looking for. Oh, what did they say it was in? Christ Church? Yeah, I don't know if this is specific enough. Nah. I can look up the specific day. Only for men. Yes, and then the Eastern Star is the women version, and she's in that. Georgia is in that. And the other diaries that we read, too, from Iowa, the women in that family were also in the Eastern Star. But you have to be related to someone who's in the Masons to be in the Order of the Eastern Star. Okay, milked cow. Shaved and got dressed up. And talked with Georgia. Till noon. Maybe they went to see the Grand Poobah. You know what's funny is I don't know what that reference is from, but I know what it means. Or like I know that I don't know. All I know is my grandfather is in the Knights of Columbus, and years and years ago when I was little, he was elected, I don't know what the name, what he was, it was like the president or something of the Knights of Columbus, his chapter, and everyone said the Grand Poobah, the Grand Poobah. But I have no idea what it's from, but I do know it's like a reference or a joke. Oh, it was from Happy Days. Okay. I actually used to watch Happy Days a little bit. But I don't remember that. Grand Poobah. I'll look it up. Oh, I think it's... Oh, here. Yes, a person who is high-ranking. But where did it come from? Oh, listen to this. It's from a character in an 1885 opera. But I bet maybe Happy Days might have, like, resurrected the term. That's cool. Okay. Got dressed up, talked with Georgia till noon. Helped Georgia wash dishes, and we went to Episcopalian, did I spell that right? Church to Knights Templar Easter exercises. Oh, I spelled that wrong. I can never spell the word exercises. I always think the C is after the X for some reason. Okay. Maybe we can look that up. Knights Templar Easter exercises. Nothing. Well, I'm sure there's something, but nothing easily found, so that will have to be for later. Sometimes it takes a long time to find this stuff, so it's not really worth it to do it on the live. But I put it on our list. Okay, Mr. something of Waterloo Schools talked. Mr. What do we think that says? PR. PRUI? I see a dot. Oh, it's not the Knights. Okay. Or not Knights like apostrophe S. Okay. Maybe that is why it wasn't finding anything, actually. Yup. Okay. I think this is probably it. Thank you for that. Yep. Knights Templar will attend service at Christ Church. Oh, this isn't the same church, though. They went to the... Maybe Christ Church is the Episcopalian church, though. Yeah, it must be, because it's listed here too. Cool. I will save this little clip. And I'll be good and link it so that I don't wonder where it came from later. Don't need that anymore. Okay. Mr. something. Oh, actually, I should go back because maybe we can figure out who that guy is. Why isn't it here? Did this have any more information though? I don't think so. I gotta look it up again. Shouldn't have X'd it out. I think it's Prin, P-R-I-N. It might be. It does look like I could say that. I thought there was just a list. Didn't I just find here? Okay. Is this like... Okay. Well, I could read the whole thing, or I could just search Prin. Not that. Okay, I'll read it. Or skim it. Processional anthem. Pratt. It's not Pratt. LV. Wesley. Pring. Here it is. But he didn't say Pring. Definitely. But I bet he just misspelled it and wrote Prin. Because Pring is now in here twice. Yeah, it's probably Pring. Oh no, it does look like color. It's not. It's Waterloo. It does look like it says color though. He writes Wooloo for Waterloo. I'm gonna write that he wrote Prin, but it's actually Pring of W. Lou Schools. Talked. Yeah. Helped get supper and wash dishes. Georgia and I went up to Berries a little while. And then came back. Maybe he spelled it Prin because they announced it that way. Yeah, maybe just the way they said it. He didn't know how to spell it. And back. And then came back and talked till 10. I was checking to see if Claude's still there. He left. Georgia gave me a treat of a dish. Does that say strawberries and meat? Oh no, and went to bed. Okay. She gave me a treat of a dish of strawberries. It looked like he did apostrophe there, but it's an and. Went to bed. Prin is principal abbreviated. Oh, that's true too. But it says Mr. Prin. Or maybe, maybe he didn't know the name because there is a blank here. So maybe he just put Mr. Principals of Waterloo Schools. Maybe. It doesn't say here if Mr. Prin is it in the school. I don't know, like what, if he would be a superintendent or something. But what's his first name? I can now look him up. Oh. They just give an abbreviation. J. Pring. I'll look him up. (1903). We need his whole name. And I went to bed. Is that what it says? Yeah. Okay. I just got super tired all of a sudden. I need to eat some strawberries and go to bed. April 13th. I could just search Pring. I'm gonna put Pring in quotes because it's just finding spring. Okay, come on. Well, I don't have to do just 1903. I could do, like, maybe I'll do 1900 to 1905. It just wants to say spring, bring, but I have it in quotes. I do have an article somewhere that lists all the teachers. I saved it because we recently encountered someone who was a teacher. And I found her in that article, but I don't know. I don't know what I did with it. I know it's saved somewhere, so maybe I'll put him in here on my list. He's probably, if it's Pring, who's associated with the schools, he should be in that article. All right, April 13th, this is Georgia. Got up at 6:30. Helped with breakfast dishes. Went to the office. Helped with dinner and dishes. Was home all afternoon. Rainy all day. Served and I think it's sewed and mended some. Helped with supper and dishes. Read in the evening. Went to bed at 9:30. Windy. Alright, so Ralph, in 1903, April 13th, 1903, rainy. got up at 1? That can't be true. He didn't get up at 1. No, because he... Oh, no, he did get up at 1 because, okay, this is the day before. He got up at 1 a.m. and took the train to Cedar Rapids, slept on train and in depot at Cedar Rapids. Ugh, that sucks. Got breakfast at lunch counter in depot. Took train out. Oh, no, took train to Mount Vernon. Arriving there at 7:30. They had alarm clocks. I don't know. They must have, because how did he get up at 1? Like, how did... They must have had some version of an alarm. I don't know. That's a great question. You have a lot of good questions. Recited... maybe I'll look that up after I do this entry. Recited astronomy. And worked in chem lab till noon. Dinner at Central. Central is some kind of restaurant or like dining hall, because he's mentioned that before when we were looking it up. He called it Central House. And Valentina, who was here before, she left because she's going on a birding trip, but she found I think it was Valentina found it. Let me see. Let's see if I can find it. She had a picture. Yeah, here it is. So this is cool. This is in the Patreon group. These are all sent by Valentina. So what she found first was she was looking up Central House. She found an article or something that said Boozer's Photo Gallery next to the Central House. So then she was looking up the photo studio. She found the address of that. This is super cool. I wish she was still here to see this. Which was 107 East 1st Street in Mount Vernon. So then she went there. And this is I think this is where the photo studio was. So Central House was one of the buildings next to it. And I meant to look, I haven't done it yet, but I do have a bunch of old pictures of the downtown area of Mount Vernon. And I did a little video a while back comparing the buildings then and now. So I'm pretty sure this is one of them that I had like the old picture of next to it. I should go look. Hold on, let me just look quick. I think I know where they are. I don't remember when I made that video. It was a while ago. But I have the pictures in my thing somewhere. Sorry, I'm going to open another tab and look for a second. What's that? Oh, I found it. Okay. Well, I found at least the slideshow. Okay, hold on. I do like everything in Google Slides. I don't know why. I find it easier. You have an old alarm clock that my grandparents had in the 1900s, early 1900s. Cool. Alarm clocks invented in 1789. I would love to know how they worked. Yeah, they must have, obviously they were mechanical, but it's just, it would be cool to see one. How, like, did it have little bells on it? So, let's see. These, we can look through, wait, can you guys see this? Hold on. Yes, you can. So we can just look through the pictures. I think they're kind of cool. I ended up finding a ton of old pictures of Mount Vernon, which is the town that his college is in. And then I was just, it's a very small downtown area, so it was easy to like go on Google Earth and kind of walk through the town and find the buildings that are in the old pictures. So, and then I also did like the city scenes. That's like that part. I liked this picture, was super cool. And then that's the building now. But I'm pretty sure, so this is the building that Valentina sent. It's not this one. Is it? No, that's now. Isn't this cool? Like, look at these old people. You can even see people inside, I think. And then it still says Bank 1891. I love doing this. I love finding the buildings nowadays. This is super cool too. And that's where they were walking. Getting distracted. I'm pretty sure I had that building though. Maybe not. Oh, is this it? Yeah. Okay, cool. So this is the building now. Valentina's picture of it was even cooler because the shades were up. How weird is that? What does the building say? Mount Vernon Insurance. The top floor must be something different. Like, what? Artist studio or something? Okay, anyways, this is the picture now, and it was a bank before. Okay, when was this picture taken? I don't know. It doesn't say the year. I wish it was zoomed out a little bit because this doesn't look like Central House. This doesn't look like Central House. Like it doesn't say it. Maybe it is, but it would be somewhere over there. Actually, if I could figure out which building it is. It's possible that we could see it in one of these pictures, but it's kind of like you can't read any signs or anything. There were more old pictures though. Some of them I just didn't include, so maybe if I go back to that website. It was a cool website. It's what's it called? Mount Vernon Historic Preservation Commission. They've got a lot of old pictures. Okay, sorry. Went on a tangent. Studied English and recited where was I? At 2:30. Also engineering till 4:30. Library till 5:30. Supper at Central. Studied till 10:30. And went to bed. Okay. I'll do 2 more days. I'll stop at the 15th. That's a good, not an even number, but just feels like a good number to stop at. April 14th. This is Georgia now. Got up at, oh yeah, so the old pictures were from Mount Vernon, Iowa, which is where Ralph went to college. He went to college at Cornell College in Mount Vernon, Iowa. Got up at 6:40. The reason why I found those old pictures was I was looking for a picture of the post office because he goes there all the time, and I wanted to just include it in one of my videos or something. But I got sidetracked, clearly. This was like 6 hours of sidetrack finding the pictures that go with the old photos, but it's enjoyable. Okay, helped with breakfast and dishes, or helped with breakfast dishes. Went to office and made 2 prints for Mr. Cass. Went and took them over to the RJ office to him. Came back home, then back to office. Helped with dinner dishes. Went to office. Cloudy and windy. She always says cloudy like that. Read papers. Helped get supper and wash dishes. Hold on, I gotta do a little wiggle so that TikTok knows I'm alive. Okay. Visited and talked all evening. The post office developed prints. No, this is her dad's office. He was an engineer, like a city engineer, I think, at this point. I know he was the city engineer of Waterloo, but I don't know at that point if he was. I think he was. So she goes to his office a lot and helps out. I don't know what she does, but apparently sometimes she makes prints. And they're probably like engineering like diagrams or something. Visited and talked all evening with the folks. Went to bed at 10. Rainy. Got up at 6:30. Went to astronomy at 7:45. Oh, he's gonna list all his classes. Chemistry lab till chapel. What does this say? Weird. Second spam call of the day from the same number. How do you find these old diaries? From all different places. The first one that I started my hobby, I got from an estate sale, and it was just like a random find. I don't think I'll ever find anything that good at an estate sale again. But that kind of kick-started the hobby, and then the second set, which was the Weatherman Diaries that we read, it was the first one that I read on live. Those I got from eBay. And then these diaries, it's a set of 6, also from Iowa. They were donated to us because somebody read an article about the other project, and they were like, oh, I have these diaries. They've kind of been sitting around. I'm not doing anything with them. If you want to do, for your next project, if you want to do them, you can have them. So they were donated. Georgia's parents had a baby before. Yeah, I saw that. Was it that young? I thought she lived a few years, but the phone calls cause speaker interference sounds. Oh, really? I mean, because of the vibration. Was it loud? Yeah, that same number called me. Oh, hold on. Was this the one that called me yesterday? I recognized the number. Yeah, it's some scam mail, like voicemail. It was the same one. Like, stop. I thought it was Ian, so I looked. See if he landed yet. Still says he's in Virginia, but that's because his phone's off now. I'll look up the flight. En route. He's gonna land at 7:30, so 1 minute. Arriving now. Perfect, he's landing. Chemistry lab till chapel. I don't know if that says trim chapel, then chapel, something. And law of contracts at 10:30. Twin? Maybe. I have no idea. I don't know. Because he said... Oh, maybe... Not chapel time. Almost looks like it says T minus, like T minus chapel. What's TMR? I don't know. It could even be chemistry lab till chapel, something else. Chapel and law of contracts at 10:30. I don't know. Chemistry, I don't think it's tomorrow. Till chapel tomorrow? I don't think so. It almost looks like it's two separate thoughts though, because this usually for him is like a period, like this little dash. So it kind of seems like it's went to astronomy at 7:45, chemistry lab till chapel. Maybe it's chapel time? It might be chapel time. And the dot of the I is just moved over. T-I-M-E. And it threw me off because it looks like a capital T, but it's probably just the way he wrote it. I think it's chapel time. And then it's not exactly a period, but he uses dashes like periods. I see time, but it's weird that it's capitalized. Yeah, I don't think it is. I think he's just kind of like sometimes a little lazy with how he writes. It looks capitalized, but he probably just didn't cross it the right way. Chapel and law of contracts at 10:30. And then he won't use a period or anything. Chemistry lab till noon. Studied till 1:30. Chemistry lab till 2:30. He's doing a lot more chemistry this time around. Back. Recitation. And chapel. Oration till 3:30. I've noticed that his eyes are dotted in the wrong spot sometimes. Yes, he does do that. Makes it hard when you can't read a name, especially. Library. Till something. I just think he didn't fill in the number there, because then he says and at room till supper time. Studied after supper till 10:30. Okay. Those of you who were here when we read his 1901 diary know that his handwriting can get very confusing, and often he was writing gibberish to me because he was writing like just numbers and measurements and specific locations. And sometimes these entries of his would be like all numbers, just blah blah blah, point blah blah blah, plus. Like, it was just, I don't know. Got up at 6:40, and at first I was like trying to get all the numbers right and all of the like equations, and then I was just like, you know what, this means nothing to me anyways, so don't stress about it. Helped with breakfast dishes. Went to office. Went after meet for dinner. Oops, I meant to zoom, not zoom out, I meant to scroll. Helped with dinner and dishes. They didn't have exhaust fume hoods in the 1903 chemistry labs. Ooh. I wonder what they were breathing in. Do we know what the purpose of these diaries is? Like, why keep such a detailed log of your day? I think it's just because that's the only really way they had. That's the only way they had to keep a log of their life, I guess. So you think nowadays we have so many other ways that we log our life, like social media, just even taking pictures. Like, we can just take pictures of anything now, you know, and remember things that way. But for them, there was really no way to remember, you know, and also something to do. I feel like there's way less to do in your free time. So maybe they just liked to write their diaries, but I feel like it's to keep a record so that when you look back, you know what you did every day, but I don't know. It is very detailed and like boring sometimes. Like they'll just like him listing, I went here, I went here, I went here, I went here. Like if I do keep a similar diary. I haven't been very good at it lately, but it's by the day, so it gives you like a little chunk of space for each day. And when I fill it out, I don't write like, oh, I'm a teacher, so I don't write, oh, I had kindergarten art from this time to this time, then I had first grade, then I had like I don't list out like that like he does. He's listing his school schedule, which is literally the same every day. But I don't know. Maybe nothing else interesting happens. Helped with dinner and dishes. It's also like I've noticed they don't talk about feelings as much as we do now in diaries, you know? Yeah, and I do not mention that I do dishes in my diary. Oh no, you missed your diary birthday. You fell asleep. Okay, here's your little diary birthday. Happy diary birthday. Belated. Oh, that's okay. I'm just kidding. Oh, what did I just... There. Wrong thing. Okay. I'm almost done, so you can go to bed soon. I know, that would be sad if I was like, no, you can't have your diary birthday anymore. That's okay. What was I saying? Oh, I feel like now we associate diaries with, like, feelings and emotions and drama. But it didn't seem like they used it for that as much. Helped with dinner and dishes. Dusted. Yeah, she's talking about dishes all the time. Dusted, went to office. Hitched up and went to the train to meet Ralph on a Wednesday. Got supper and washed dishes. Ralph and I took a walk after I got done with the work. Went to bed at 10:45. I would love to know how long the average engagement was back then. I want to know if they're already engaged or if he's going to propose to her. And rained off and on all day. Windy. Neither of them has mentioned anything about a wedding. Clear. Got up at 6:30. Did they have employees? I don't know. I think that her family, so I mentioned before, I mentioned this a lot, but people come in and out, so I have to repeat myself. Her family rented out their house, so they had boarders who lived there, and that's kind of what I think her mom did as a job. Like, she took care of the house and the people who were boarding there. I think at one point she mentioned that there was like a girl. She said the girl left, which I think is someone who was like helping them with the housework. I don't know. It was in the 1895 diary. Pretty sure she just said the girl. Yeah, okay. April 1st, 1895, Georgia said, it rained, snowed, misted, froze, and thawed. Very specific weather report. Done all the work as the girl was gone. Received a letter from Gert, picture from Granny. I got fooled once. Oh, April Fool's, she got fooled once. And then here, she did all the work as the girl hadn't returned yet. So there was someone in 1895 who was helping. But in 1895, Georgia was in high school. She was a senior in high school, so... Or a junior, I think, actually. I think she graduated in 1896. So she wasn't there at home helping with all that stuff, so I think now maybe she does whatever the girl did before. Got up at 6:30, recited astronomy, chemistry lab, 8:30. 9:15, maybe 8:30 to 9:15. Don't know. Library till chapel time. Recited law of contracts. And made up Thursday work. Made up Thursday. Oh, Thursday's recitation or Thursday recitation. After dinner, studied till 1:30. That's late. Oh, no, that's not late. Dinner is lunch. And went to Waterloo on 1:52 train. Studied on train, spent time at CR in bookstore. After supper, studied, and then I shaved. And Georgia and I took a walk. Yeah, Georgia was 25 in 1903. Georgia and I took a walk, went to bed at 11. Wonder why he went to Waterloo on a Wednesday. That's not typical. There must be, maybe something going on. Oh. I just skimmed. She served refreshments for something. Helping Mama make me a silk waist. Oh, maybe this is something to do with their engagement that he came home. I'm curious. I'm skimming. I probably should just type it out, but... No, it looks like he did work on Wednesday. Anyways. Yeah, it could have been a holiday. Some... Easter would have been... the Friday, right? Good Friday? I don't know when Easter... Isn't Easter change? Isn't Easter just based on, like, the Sunday? They already had Easter services, so is that on a Sunday? Yeah, I think so. Yeah, so this must have been Easter the 12th. So I know, no reading ahead. I know I don't usually do that. Well, maybe I should just type it out then. Since we already kind of skimmed it anyways. I was just curious why Ralph came home on Wednesday. We'll read the 16th bonus entry. Got up at 6:30. Ironed. This is Georgia. Went to office, but only stayed a while as Papa was going to stay. Went downtown. With Mama. Helped with dinner and dishes. Sewed all afternoon, helping Mama make me a silk waist. Helped with supper and dishes. A party of youngsters came and surprised Miss Ling. I don't know who that is. Maybe someone who's living there, and spent the evening. Helped Mama serve refreshments. That must be it. Maybe Miss Ling is someone who lives in their apartments or something. Went to bed at 11 o'clock. Okay, that was less juicy than I thought. I thought the party was hers for refreshments, but... A silk waist, what would that be? Oh, hold on. He was hungry? Who was hungry? What? Because, hold on, did he say he was hungry? messed up here. Or is it in here? Okay. Clear. Got up at 6:15. Waistcoat coat, like a, it could be, yeah. Or a skirt, like a waist, I don't know. No, we were wondering why he'd be visiting. Oh. A shirt waist, like a blouse. Yes, that's true. Yeah. There's like, oh, you have a sewing magazine from 1908. Yeah. So maybe there's something in there. It could be a waistcoat. I just never heard someone say just waist. And silk, like, it sounds like something you would make a dress out of, or a skirt. A silk shirt waist. Got up at 6:15. Took 6:40 Denver car with George Kilpatrick. I thought that one was going to be hard to read, but I got it. As Rodman. Ran track STA, which I think is stake. I don't remember. It was either stake or station. 117 to 194 north, maybe. That's a guess. Of Denver line T. Found my knife. Oh, Ian's calling me. Hi. Are you on your way home? Yes. I'm doing my live right now, but I am, yeah. Okay, I'll see you soon. Bye, love you. His plane landed. 8-hour dinner near C and GW crossing. And talked with C and GW engineers. Found my knife. I know, found my knife. Like in the middle of the woods. Walked back and caught 6 o'clock car. After supper, I went to the office and got notes for survey for I don't know. HAGERMAN, maybe? Hagerman. And yes, sorry. Hi, Felicia. Did you just pop in? I feel bad. I'm about to log off. But yes, this is Ralph's. He's back on his railroad life. He's in his railroad era. And talked with something to... something till 10. Mr. Could be Mr. Or it could be it could be a G. Like for Georgia, but it looks like, what is this, you know? First thing you heard was silk coat. Yeah, she said, Georgia said her mom was making her a silk waist. So I thought it was something like, I was hoping it was something for her wedding, but I don't know, silk waist. I could send a reference photo scan of the magazine page citing ladies' waist. That would be awesome. I could even look up 1903 ladies' waist. Corset? What went where? This is cool. Chemise. But what's a waist? Oh, wow. Now that I saw corset. I'm thinking maybe it was something like that. Amy? Oh, you mean like for the entry? I'm like, Amy? It does kind of look like Amy, but there's no Amy's that we know. Ralph? Well, actually, you know what? Okay, hold on. After supper, he went to the office, got notes for survey. So he's in Waterloo, and he talked with, maybe it's, maybe that's just someone he works with, or someone who's at the office. Maybe that's not someone we know. I don't know. It could be a corset, yeah. Lily, I just see that you wrote Elvis's granddaughters, but are you saying that I look like Elvis's granddaughters? Because I've gotten that before. Till 10. Oh, and then he talked with Georgia, so we know that the other person wasn't supposed to be. Yeah. I wonder, did half of your message not send or something? Because I just got... Sometimes TikTok's weird and it, like, erases some things because it thinks, I don't know, like it's spam or something. But yeah, I get that a lot. Till 10. Talked with Georgia a while. Oh my god. That happened before too, and went to bed. I think I gotta put another mouse trap. It's so weird. We live like in the woods, and they get in here, and I don't know why. I've never heard a mouse actually squeak, but every once in a while I can hear it. Cats are gonna go freaking out. Alright, good time to end. Why a loop? No, I think it's a period and the loop of the G above. Where? Oh, here? Here and here? I don't know. Yes, we do have a cat. We have 2 cats. And they have no instincts. One of them does. Basil does. She's the one you never see. She's never on. Claude's actually right here. But he'll like, so we have like a bunch of, our problem right now is beetles getting in the house, because I don't know why there's like a million beetles this year. Here's Claude. And he'll like chase them and then be like right next to the beetle just staring at it, and it won't go after it. Like he won't hit him or anything. He won't kill the beetle. He'll just look at it. Yeah. But his sister, Basil, will catch things, but she kind of like is reclusive during the day. He does not want to sit with me. Thought it was an exclamation point. Feel like we never see one of those. Yeah, he doesn't really use exclamation points. I don't know. It kind of looks like my, but that doesn't make sense either. Maybe it's like, maybe it is Amy or Mr. I don't know. Sometimes when we're unsure about a name or something, he'll bring it up again in the next entry, so. Basil has caught a mouse once, yeah. And or it could be Guy. Talked with Guy, maybe. I'm surprised that there's one now, though, because, I know, no, I don't want a pet snake. We're in the woods, so it's not surprising that, like, mice get in, but they usually get in when it's cold outside. Right now, it's, oh yeah, maybe a guy for a ring. I'm surprised they're in here now, is what I'm saying, like, but I was explaining, because the other time this happened, in my ceiling right next to me, like, our basement's finished, but there must have been a stove down here at one point, like a wood stove, so there's kind of like a hole cut out in the ceiling where the exhaust of the stove went through, and that's where, like, I guess the mice are in the ceiling sometimes. It sounds so gross, but you can't do anything about it. I mean, it is what it is. Growing up, we had outdoor cats when in my parents' house, and we never had mice get in, except in the attic sometimes, but they always caught them outside. But our cats are indoor cats, so there's no stopping them from getting in. I don't know. Sorry if that's grossing people out, but All right, well, he hasn't given us any more drawings, no, unfortunately. I will be back on next Thursday. So next Thursday is the 25th at 6. Let's see, I did make an, whatever it's called, something to sign up for it on TikTok. So if you go to my page, you can click on it and you can sign up for notifications. So I'll see you guys next week. Yeah, enjoy your week. If there weren't any train wrecks, what was there to draw, really? Yeah, that's true. I wonder, did he mention when he lost his knife? He bought his knife in January. Nope, he found it in April. So somewhere in between, he lost it. That's funny. All right, yep, see you, Jen. And Diary Detectives, Patreon people, I'll see you one more time before our video chat, so I don't need to remind you about that yet. But it will be the 31st if you haven't seen it yet. All right, so I'll see you guys next week. Bye-bye. Rachel, she was here earlier. I don't know if she's still here, but Rachel is on like a grand tour of Ireland right now. She is traveling, so I think she logged off because it was getting late. But yeah, her and her family are going on a big trip, sending us wonderful, beautiful pictures too. Oh, thank you. All right, bye everybody. See you next time.